The topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV, where we bring you educational information from top local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Now sit back and listen to experts in family law, association law, hearing loss, business brokers, home care, along with many other topics. Now here are your hosts, Steve-O and Sophia.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to another Ask the Experts, where we bring you the top experts in the field of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Wow, do we have a great show for you today. We are going to be talking about tax relief. And what's so amazing is we got so many phone calls from the Nevada area, the Arizona area, people saying, why don't you add a tax relief expert? Because we're having problems with the company that we're working with, and there's a lot of bad stuff on the internet. And we found one of the top, most reliable tax relief companies in the United States, Community Tax Relief. And we've got a representative from Community Tax. Let me introduce you to Sandra Rodriguez. Hey, Sandra. Are you there?
Hi, how are you? Hi, Steve-O, how are you?
Good. This is your first time with us. And
It
I know
is.
you're going to do incredible.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be able to provide this wonderful information to all of your audience.
Well, I'm not going to give you any softball questions, but from everything I've heard about you, you can answer any questions that we might have. Before we get started, Sandra, tell people about the background of Community Tax.
Well, Community Tax, we are a nationwide leading tax resolution company. What we do is we help clients resolve their IRS tax situation, whether they owe to them a small amount to the IRS or a very large amount. That's exactly what we're able to do. And aside from a IRS tax debt, for example, if you are currently trying to file your current return, your current tax return, we are in the season of filing our 2023 tax return. We also have our CPAs that are able to help you file your return. But aside from that, not just your current return, but also if you haven't filed for previous years, for whatever reason it may be, we are here to help you get that taken care of, file those returns, get that with the IRS situated. And then also, like I said, if you have any tax debt with the IRS, that's what we're here for. We want to help our clients be able to resolve that situation, give them that support, that security, so they can know that they have a great team behind them resolving this tax matter that they have, whether it be from 1 year ago or it could be 10 years ago. Any situation that anyone is dealing with, we're here to help them when it comes to a taxed IRS debt. So that's what we're here to do here in Community Tax.
I tell you what I love about your company. If somebody hasn't filed a return, say in 3 years, well, first of all, you're going to get what the IRS tells you you owe, but they don't know about any of your write-offs, nothing. And what you do is you recreate their taxes for those 3 years.
That's correct. So exactly what you were saying, Steve-O. The IRS, if let's say we didn't file a return 4 years ago, for whatever reason, whether we forgot, whether we thought we filed it, but it was never sent to the IRS, it wasn't processed, something was filed incorrectly, whatever the case may be, The IRS, after a certain period of time, they end up filing that return for you. It's called a substitutive return. And you're correct. They don't end up including any credits, any expenses. Sometimes if you are 1099, you're able to include expenses on your return. And let's say you have children or dependents that you're able to include in your return. When they do all of this, or they do the return for you, they don't include any of that information. So you're losing out on a lot of opportunity, a lot of possible help that you either may not need to pay some sort of money back, or maybe not even owe anything back to the IRS. So yes, we can help if they're in that situation where they received a notice stating that they owe a balance for, whatever year, let's say 3-4 years ago. They realized, oh goodness, I forgot to file that return. We can definitely help them. Or if they thought that they filed it and in their copy that they have in front of them, it turns out that they didn't have this balance, we are here to ensure what get that question first of all confirmed of why they're receiving this notice, why the IRS is saying that they owe this amount to them, and then after that, be able to provide a resolution, an option, and how to fix the problem. If they're missing the return, we'll let them know. If they need us to help them file those 2-3 years of returns, we'll definitely be able to do that to get that situated for them.
We have had a lot of calls this week from listeners and viewers who knew you were coming on today. And I got a really interesting question from somebody. He wanted to know if he owes money and hasn't filed the IRS. He said he heard there's a program where you can go to the IRS and basically turn yourself in before they come at you, and they would let you off. Is that any truth to that?
So the IRS has different resolution programs that we first and foremost have to qualify for. It's not pick and choose if I want to pay something or if I don't want to pay something to the IRS. It's not, like a Russian roulette where you're able to spin something and then be able to decide, well, what do I qualify for? It doesn't work that way. But that's why we are here to help. We are here to be able to take the time and determine what your current financial situation is, because first and foremost, that's exactly what the IRS wants to know, where you currently stand. And they're not going to take the time to go over it with you on the phone and be able to, let you know you can qualify
Good
for
luck
this
getting him on the
program.
phone.
Exactly. You can't even, it's very difficult sometimes. I mean, there's a few that are able to, get on pretty quickly. Those are the lucky ones. But we know that it's very difficult to get on the phone with them in the first place. But aside from that, they're not going to be able to provide those, that information with those resolution programs that you can possibly qualify for, that you don't even know how even, to proceed with them. That's what we're here to do. We are able to confirm with you where you currently stand with your financial situation at the moment. It doesn't matter where stood before, if you were, receiving a higher income before. It matters right now, at this current moment, where you are standing, if you're able to or not able to make payments to the IRS, what you're able to pay. We have that one-on-one conversation with you. We determine where you stand, and then from there we'll let you know what resolution program you're able to qualify for based off of the IRS, guidelines and regulations and things like that. But we make sure that we review all of that with you and get you into the best possible option there is out there for you. Like I said, it's not a pick and choose, but we make sure that we let you know what is the best option and why, and what is the way that you're going to be able to take care of this, but not only to resolve the situation that you had before, but most importantly, prevent it from happening in the future, which we know that we don't want to continue to have this problem anymore. So that's why, people give us a call, because they want to take care of this. And we give them that assurance that we're going to resolve the situation for them, but as well as give them the guidance and the information on how they're going to be able to prevent this from happening once again.
I got to tell you, before we found you, we did a lot of due diligence. And on the internet, a lot of these so-called big companies, um, people had a problem with just getting a return phone call after they signed up with them. Uh, Tell people about your customer service once they sign up with you?
Customer service is very important to us. Like I said earlier, we want you to have that trust that you have that team behind you, or in this case in front of you, because we're going to take care of everything with the IRS. You're not going to need to be calling them, like Steve said, good luck getting them on the phone. You don't need to be worrying about that. We are going to be doing that for you. So if you have a busy day, a lot of us do, we have so much to deal with, so much going on. So we don't need you to be worried about, if I need to get on the phone with the IRS, how long do I have to wait? We'll make sure we do that for you. But aside from that, we want you to know that you have a team that's going to be able to get this taken care of. And you're able to contact us. You're going to have we're going to assign you a team, a group of people that are going to be able to get this completed for you. And you will have their contact information to be able to reach out to them. And if you have any questions or concerns, you received a notice from the IRS and you're not sure what that notice is about, or you just want to know, where do I currently stand? How is my process going? Where is my resolution at right now? Or are we almost done? That's the very key point here with community tax, that we want you to know that you have that assurance that we are here to help you. But you can always give us a call, contact us. We're going to try to answer as quickly as possible. You have your team. But more than anything, aside from you having to give us a call, what we like to do is we like to continue to keep the communication open with you. So you don't have to worry about, it's already been 2 months and community tax hasn't given me a call. No, we are here to call you every step of the way to let you know where you stand, how the process is going. If we need anything from you, any confirmation from you, that's our job. So you can feel safe and secure that something's getting done and you have someone, a group of people that's going to get this completed.
I'm going to paint a picture for everybody now. You have gotten those envelopes in the mail with the 3 letters on them. Well, they might spell it out. I don't know. I've never gotten one, but you stick it in that drawer and voila, it's still there the next time you open that drawer up. And you're always afraid you're going to get that call from them. Well, once they sign with you, community tax, they no longer have to talk to the IRS anymore. You handle that for them.
That's correct. So the IRS, the way they communicate or the way they, notify you and let you know where you currently stand or what situation you have with them. Let's say if you have any sort of balances, you owe the IRS or you're missing returns, they send you notices. And like you said, a lot of people, whether they already have an idea why that notice is being sent to them or they know where they currently stand, they just don't want to face it at the moment. They put it in that drawer. They don't even open it up. But guess what? It doesn't go away. The problem is still there. And the problem is that it ends up getting worse. Why? Because you end up owing more and more. It continues to grow. Why are you going to wait until that happens? Why are you going to wait until the very end where you possibly don't even have a way to resolve it, or IRS is already sending a revenue officer to knock on your door? Don't wait for that. We are here to get everything taken care of for you starting now. If you don't want to open those notices on your own, don't worry. Give us a call. We'll do it with you. Or you can just close your eyes, open that notice, send a screenshot of it, and we'll review it for you. You don't have to look at it. We'll take care of that. We'll be able to find out what the IRS is requesting of you. If you owe something, how much you're owing, where you stand with them, what you need to provide, and we'll make sure that that gets completed so you don't have to worry about it. And guess what? You won't have to receive those notices anymore in the future once everything is resolved. That's the great part about all of this, that those notices are going to go
Sandra,
away.
you know what else? You might say the wrong thing to them. These people are
Yes,
very good at what they do.
exactly. And like I mentioned a little while ago, they're not going to tell you, well, we have this option for you where you can, have something more affordable. They're not going to give you that conversation because they have thousands of people calling them on a daily basis. They want to just get through it and move forward. Hopefully, yes, you get a great representative. People are lucky that there's some that answer the phone calls and are very nice, but sometimes you don't get that. It's unfortunate. You don't need to worry about any of that. That's what we're here to do. We're here to take care of that difficult part for you. And so you know that it is getting resolved. There is a solution out there for you. What the solution is, we need to do that. We need to figure it out with you. We need to go over those questions, find out where you stand with them, determine what they need from you, and then from there confirm which resolution program you qualify for. That way we can get it completed for you.
I think what's so great about what you do is you've got this bag of goodies that you can apply to just about any situation there is out there. That help is there with community tax relief. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Though I wanted to ask you, is there a minimum of how much a person owes in taxes for community tax to help a person?
That's a great question, Stevo. So we usually do recommend if you owe at least about like $7,000 or more to the IRS, that's where you'll see the benefit or, the help. That's where you'll be able to determine, that there's help. Of course, if you owe a lot less and you just really don't want to deal with the IRS and you're like, you know what, I need a payment plan. I don't want to spend the time on the phone, or I don't want to, go online and set up a payment plan. That's okay too. But usually the people that give us a call is because they really need that help, that additional, relief, that additional little guidance for them to be able to qualify for a resolution. So that's basically what we usually recommend. $7,000 or more if you owe that, or if you haven't filed returns with the IRS, whether it be for 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years that you need to file those returns, we can definitely help even if you don't owe the $7,000 and you possibly think that you may owe, or like I said, you need to file those returns for whatever reason. We can definitely do that. We talked about the notices. If you've received notices and you're not really sure what's going on, give us a call. We'll be able to help you get that resolved. Like I said, we'll walk you through that notice. You can send it to us. We'll look it over, see what you need to provide to the IRS, or where you stand with them, what they're needing from you. That is definitely how we'll be able to help you confirm the best possible option. And the benefit is that we are a bilingual team. So you will be assigned a team, whether you prefer an English or a Spanish speaking team. If you feel more comfortable, more confident in receiving the services in Spanish, we'll be able to do that for you so you know exactly what you're dealing with when it comes to the IRS. Sometimes if you receive notices and you're not very comfortable or very understanding on what the notices are, because a lot of the times the wording that the IRS writes on those letters, may be a little bit difficult to understand. We're here to help, and if you feel more comfortable doing this process with the language that you prefer, whether English or Spanish, you have a team that's going to be able to get that completed for you, and we're going to be able to present everything to you the way you'll be able to understand and know that we are here to help you.
Well, one of your clients from California called us this week just to tell us that they used your service. He is a truck driver, and he told me that he didn't have time to mess with books, that he was so busy driving trucks all day long that he didn't have the time, and that you put everything together for them. And every time he called you, you were right there on the spot. And I thought that was the greatest recommendation. He was just calling us to tell us how great a company you are. Oh, did we lose you?
Can you hear me now?
Okay, now I
Can you
can
hear?
hear you.
Okay. Something happened here, but yes, I was saying how that I'm so happy to hear that he was very satisfied with our service. He really
He's
received
a
the
truck
best
driver.
possible. Yes, and you know that with truck drivers, they're usually always out on the road. They're not really sure, or even have the time to be able to do this, to deal with the IRS, whether it be on the phone. Let's say if they need to file taxes, if he needed to file returns, usually with our truck drivers, we get, quite a bit of them that give us a call. It's because they either haven't filed 2, 3 years because they're too busy, on the road, working hard, and they need that done. They need that help to be able to file those returns, but they know that they're going to owe. So I'm sure that that's probably the similar situation with this person that gave you a call, and we hopefully got him into the resolution, which it sounds like we did, and
Oh,
that's what
yeah,
we'll do.
yes.
Yes, and that's exactly how we'll be able to confront this situation with the IRS for them. For a truck driver, for anyone dealing with the IRS that has a balance, you will receive the best possible service from us. That's what we're here for, to make it easier for you. So you know that we are here for you to trust us and ensure that we are taking care of you, and know that you're in good hands.
Oh, here's a great text. This is from Flagstaff, Arizona. What if you owe the IRS and you don't have the money? What do you do?
So we get that a lot, actually. That is what we hear on a daily basis when we get those calls. I owe, $10,000 to the IRS, and I really can't pay this back. I just filed my return. I owed $2,000 last year. I ended up owing $8,000 this year. What do I do? So if you are not able to pay this amount in full, then that's really why you're giving us a call, right? If you had the money,
Right.
guess what? You're gonna pay that right away and not deal with the IRS, because you don't want to work with them. You don't want to, receive those notices. You're gonna pay that off if you had
Good
the
one,
ability to do
Sam.
so,
Good
right?
one.
But if you don't, and we let's be real, a lot of us are in a situation where it's difficult. We have other expenses that we need to pay for. We have other situations that we need to deal with. If we have children that we need to take care of, or whatever the situation may be, a lot of times right now we're seeing that people are losing their jobs, or are from one job to another. Sometimes that's your situation, and that's okay. You don't have to feel worried or stressed that you don't have these $10,000 or more to pay to the IRS. We have the process for you to determine where or what is the best option for you. So what we will do is we'll do a two-phase process, which is how our program works. And we first do a free consultation with you, and we go over those questions. What are you going through? What's going on? What's happening right now? Where do you currently stand? What do you have to pay for on a daily or monthly basis? What is your current income right now? So we'll have those questions with you. We'll confirm where you currently stand. And then from there, we'll do an investigation process, which is our first phase that we complete for our clients, to obtain all the information that the IRS has of them. It's like their historical record, and confirm if it's exactly what they're stating that they owe, or where they stand with them, what needs to be completed. If there's something missing that probably the client didn't know about or wasn't aware of, we'll confirm that. And then aside from that, you will be assigned a specific practitioner that's going to make sure and review all of that information, make sure that we're going to provide the best possible option there for you. And then we'll have that conversation. We'll let you know you qualify for this program. This is the reason why we'll be able to do this for you. And it can be that if the IRS is requesting, let's say $600, a month, and you cannot afford that, and we're able to prove that, we can get you into something more affordable if we are able to prove all of that. So let us take care of that for you. Let us do all the hard work. We will not give you a wrong recommendation, a wrong guidance. We will ensure that you're going to resolve your situation, but aside from that, prevent it from happening in the future.
Sandra, I sure know why Community Tax chose you as a spokesperson today. What a great job you've done. My final question: why should I hire Community Tax?
We are a great team, and like I continue to say, the fact that we are here and we are dedicated to ensure that you receive not just the best possible service with us, but the best option for you with the IRS. If you give them a call and do this on your own, we mentioned this before. As it is, Steve said, it's really hard to get them on the phone, first and foremost. And aside
Yes.
from that, the IRS is not going to, give you that option, give you those recommendations. And there's a lot of times that people set up a payment arrangement with the IRS, but they really cannot afford to pay what the IRS is saying that they need to pay. And they're getting themselves into this financial situation, or this difficult financial situation over and over, where they don't know if they whether they pay their light bill or pay the IRS, they're not sure what to do. We will review all of that for you. We will make sure that we get you into a resolution program where it's not going to cause that financial hardship for you. That is the point of us reviewing this with you, to figure out where you stand, figure out what your situation is, and get you into the best possible option so you don't have to worry about whether I pay my light bill or that I pay the IRS. That's not what we want for you to do. We want for you to feel safe, certain, and secure that you're in the best option out there and that you don't have to worry about any more issues with the IRS.
Sandra, do they hire you just for this show? Are you an actress?
No, I see. The thing is, when you give Community Tax a call, you will more than likely receive me as your first representative. I'm a lead resolution analyst, so I'm usually one of the first people that you speak with when you give us a call. And like I mentioned a few minutes ago, that first conversation, that free consultation, that's what you and I are going to be having. You and I are going to have that conversation. What's going on with your problem? Where you stand, and I will make sure that I take care of you. I make sure that I'm very honest with my clients. I like to be very honest from the very beginning because I want you to know that you're in good hands. But aside from that, I'm not here to play around. I'm here to get this taken care of for you because I know this is something very serious. I know that a lot of people are very stressed with this situation. So I want to make sure that you're in great hands.
Wow. Let's give everybody the phone number and your website.
Yeah, so our website is communitytax.com, and the phone number where you can give us a call, and hopefully I'll be able to answer your phone call. Hopefully you can reach me or just ask for Sandra. Our number is 312-379-8540. One more time, so you can write it down, 312-379-8540. And any of us that are going to answer that phone call for you are going to take the time to review all this information, review what your situation is. And if I'm the one that's answering your phone call, you know that you're going to be in great hands.
What a great job you did. That's Community Tax. Folks, if you have a relative who is in a whole different state or a friend, give them Community Tax's number because they can help anybody anywhere in the United States.
That's
Sandra,
correct. We're a nationwide company.
And we can't wait to see you again.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I look forward to continuing to be here and help everyone that gives us a call. We're more than happy to assist you all. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much. That's Community Tax, folks. God, they are really good at what they do. And you know what? They'll get all those worries. They'll take them away from you. Hey, that's it for us today. We'll be back again with you next week with more Ask the Experts. God bless.
Thanks for tuning in today to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV. Tune in next week and every week to hear more from our experts on personal injury, insurance, air condition repairs, estate planning, Medicare, and many other topics in the areas of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. See you next week.